Welcome. I'm here with Beth, Stuart, and Abby, and I'm really excited to have a conversation with them during Animal Talk where the pets drop the mic. So we're here to have a conversation with Beth's dogs, and I'm here to interpret or translate, if you will, what they are thinking and feeling. You will notice that this is a question and topic driven activity, if you will, but like any conversation, it's two-way. And so I'd like to again welcome you three and ask Beth, what can I ask Stuart or Abby, or excuse me, could you introduce who's who?
Yes. This guy here, this is Stuart.
Hi,
And
Stuart. And how old is Stuart?
Stuart is 8.
Mm-hmm.
And he got all, I'm saying all with a capital ALL of his teeth pulled in February.
Oh, no teeth.
So his little tongue sticks out his mouth.
Okay, well, it happens.
Yep. Apparently,
we get older, we lose our teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Miss Abby,
this cutie pie here.
Hello, beautiful.
This is Abby. And she is the alpha dog in this house.
Mm-hmm.
And she is 10.
She says she is the
and
alpha.
She is all Australian.
Excuse me?
Of Stuart. She's 10.
I'm sorry,
and
you
she's
cut
the alpha
out.
dog in the house.
Yes. Well,
I'm sorry.
To correct you,
Abby.
Beth. Abby wants you to know
not necessarily. Go ahead.
She wanted you to know that she feels that she runs the household, not just Stuart, but the humans as well.
You know, I can kind of see that about her.
Now, that may not be how you see it, but this is how Abby sees it. And she said she not only would have it no other way, but she believes you would have it no other way.
She's probably right.
And she said Stuart needs her. He'd be a lost soul without her.
I think he would. Is Abby annoyed by Stuart?
At times, like now when he wants the spotlight when it should be hers. Absolutely. and Stuart is so sweet, but he's according to Abby, he's very insecure.
Oh, are you insecure? Are you insecure, Stuart?
Well, according to Abby, may not be.
According to Abby, yeah.
And Stuart says, I just, he's like on a level, he's kind of like a surfer dude. He just sort of takes life as it comes. You know what I mean? And I could actually see him, doing, what is it, soup, stand-up, paddleboarding.
Oh, yeah. You guys stop licking me.
Well, they're so excited to talk with you, Beth. And it's not that you don't talk with them all the time or you don't hear them, but they just feel like this is a special opportunity to let you know that they're okay. And she says you worry a lot about Stuart. And Stuart says, as long as I have my nose, who cares about my teeth?
Could you maybe ask Abby to stop eating poop?
Oh, she.
So we don't kiss on the lips.
Well, and I can appreciate that. But she says it tastes really good. and sometimes the smell overwhelms her. So in turn, it is funny. I mean, it's how she sees the world. So in terms of stopping her, besides obviously cleaning up and all, that's a hard one because it just tastes so good. And there may be, I mean, there are theories that there may be some sort of deficiency or whatever. But I get from Abby, she just plain old loves it, which is gross. Gross.
She does.
And I know, and if this helps, Beth, I know a lot of vet friends who will never, and vets will never let a dog lick their face. Because they just,
Oh, that's good. I'm not alone.
you're not, no, I'm not, you're not alone. The only one who doesn't really understand it is Abby, because she really says sometimes you smell really good, depending on what you've had for lunch or dinner or whatever. What else can I ask them for you?
I would like to know if Abby misses Abner.
And Abner is,
Abner was our first dog, and he died 2 years ago. We had to put him down.
I'm sorry.
And I just posted a memory from Facebook. Abby and Abner were yin and yang. They literally were the yin and yang symbol as they snuggled all the time.
He's
And
okay.
after we put him down, she didn't seem like she missed him or that she was lost without him.
Now, if Abner had gone, if Abby had gone before Abner, now that would have been a different story. But you know,
Yeah,
I mean, what I love well, there are a lot of things I love about Abby, but something I really love is that she knows who she is and she's comfortable in her paws. So losing Abner was sad, she said, and all, but it actually gave her more being in the center of attention.
she's definitely a drama queen.
Very much so. So that when Stuart showed up, that was yeah, I get it. I get it. When Stuart showed up, it was a little bit of a for her.
Yeah.
And now she can't imagine life without him. But she said when you first brought him home, she thought you were nuts.
I'm sure she did.
Oh no, you totally. However, she's grown to accept him, even though she thinks he's a goof.
Okay, we're not going to sit on the computer, please. There you go. Good girl. She's a good girl.
So, but in terms of Abner, I sense that he's very much around, even though it's been a couple of years, and he's very much embracing you, because he didn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's good. That's super good. Okay, you just.
But she is, look, not only is she a drama queen, she is a diva. And she knows what she likes, and she's so stubborn that she's, there must be moments like this.
You want a high five?
Oh, he's a good boy. Yeah, he says stop worrying about his mouth, just give him good food. He really doesn't need his teeth. And I get that no, and I don't think he thinks about it. No, but he says it still bothers you a little bit, and I can appreciate that. As a mom, you want to make sure he's not suffering on any level, and really you did the right thing, because the teeth could have caused a whole lot of other stuff, health issues. So as long as you give him good food, he'll find a way. So he says, let's move on from the teeth.
Okay, we'll move on from the teeth.
I mean, he says you don't have to explain to people why my tongue hangs out either, unless you want to. Because he says,
I just love his little floppy tongue hanging out
oh,
of
it's
his mouth.
beautiful, but people don't have to know he doesn't have teeth. He says the last thing he wants is pity.
Okay.
And what he loves is that you look at his tongue and you say, aren't you adorable?
Ain't you adorable?
He is. Stuart, you are adorable. Well, the problem, I just feel like as siblings, they, I don't want to call it a rivalry, but they certainly are always looking to be center in your world.
Definitely. If you give one attention, the other one just butts right in.
Oh, for sure. But Abby says in the end, it's always her way or the
In the
highway.
end, it is. They have never licked my hands this much.
Well, when we have these heart to heart conversations with them, and even though I may be validating things you already know, Beth, it feels really good to them because you hear them at a level that is very deep. I mean, when you asked her about Stuart, I tell you, wait till you see the video where she turns and stares right in the camera. So they're very much aware. They have a lot to share with us. So when you get someone like myself, an animal communicator involved, it's really exciting for them.
Like, do they know that you can tell me what they're thinking?
Oh, absolutely. They've known for a while. I haven't our business mentor, whatever, Cody Burke. I haven't, his dog has communicated with me already.
Oh, that's fun.
His greyhound. Not a lot. I don't interfere into people's life or go anywhere I'm not invited, but many times I will hear from an animal before I hear from the person telepathically. Like, for example, I might feel you or Abby, and next thing I know, you'll pick up the phone and call me. So I'll get the message, but sometimes I don't get the call or the email for a couple of days. One of the best is I had a back in the day when we had Rolodexes. Remember those days?
Yep, I had.
I had a cat up in upstate New York, a beautiful white cat named Angel, knock my card out of the Rolodex because she needed to talk to her person.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
So Abby wants to let you know that this is the way it should always be. Her on your lap and Stuart nowhere to be seen on camera.
Stuart is entertaining himself.
Well, that's because she told him to get lost.
Did you tell him to get lost? Did you do that?
She did. She's a bad girl. No, not a. She's bad.
Yeah.
Bad in just the best possible way.
Well, before Stuart got here, Abby was a lap dog. Well, I shouldn't say that. She was a lap dog for the first couple of years, but then I decided she was too heavy. Does she get mad at me when I call her the big bone girl?
No, because she knows that she's not a slight girl. I would call her Zoftic. You know what that is? Just very curvy. It's a good thing. No, she's a beautiful girl. But she says, I'm happiest on your lap with Stuart nowhere to be seen. Not that he's out of it, but, not in her face. Right, baby?
Why does she like climbing on people? Like she's almost like a billy goat.
because she can. And it's nobody tells her no.
It's
And
true.
it's about claiming space, claiming people, which dogs do. I mean, I feel that dogs' attitude is what's yours is mine, what's theirs is mine, what's mine is mine, everything's mine. That's a dog. Right, baby girl? Oh, you're so beautiful. I love
Look at her
the
cute little
ears.
face.
She looks like she's gonna fly away.
Yeah, you should see it in the wind.
I bet you it's so much fun. So, what else can I ask her, or even Stuart? He doesn't need to be on camera.
Um, I would Stuart just joined us 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. So I feel like he's adjusted just fine. But I wonder if he misses his old house and his old people.
No, 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 no. And he doesn't think about it unless you do. So he's very happy in your household, even with Abby setting the rules. Um, and he's very much in the present, like all our animals. So when I ask him about his past, he says, I'm much happier here. I feel very loved. I feel safe, which is so important. So no, he doesn't miss him. And he says, we need to move on from that too.
Okay.
That's not part of his reality. And I get a sense he doesn't want it to be part of his reality. I think there were a lot of things in his life, from what he's sharing with me, that weren't always easy. But then he met you, and you have spoiled him rotten, he says. And having Abby is so helpful to him because he doesn't have to think about anything. Abby does it all.
You're in charge.
Oh, yes, she is. She says it's good that we can share these things together. But really, for Stuart, having her gives him a sense of safety and security because she's so on top of things, literally.
Literally and physically. Right?
So, yeah, and something when it comes to our rescues, we are curious and we want to know about their past because sometimes they come in with what I call baggage, but we all come into relationships with issues.
Yeah.
But for our animals, when they're happy in a relationship, there's just no need to go back. I was talking with someone who whose animal was passing, and she wanted to know, should I get hold of the previous person? And the animal was very clear, no, I don't want you opening that energy. I don't want to go there. I'm your dog. I'm not their dog. So, I mean, it would have been different if there was a close relationship, but it was a rescue situation. So, the answer for that particular animal could be different for another one was
Sure.
absolutely not. So,
Well,
but
Stuart used to belong to my husband's sister, and she died of breast cancer.
I'm
And
so
Stuart
sorry.
was her baby, like a child to her.
I can see that.
And so we've always wondered, like, does he miss Roberta? You know, the last couple months were really hard. He spent a lot of time at doggy daycare, and she just spent a lot of time sleeping.
Well, sounds like she was very ill. Um, I just get the sense that he knows she's around. And there's a lesson that they teach us is that our spirit is eternal, our bodies are finite. So I sense that she's around, at least for him. But he says that he's just grateful that you brought him into your life, because she loved him, they were close, but on a level, and I want you to hear in the compassion, she made him needy. He became very needy.
Yeah. Yep.
But given the circumstances, I'm not surprised. And I don't think she tried to do anything. I just think the circumstances created it, and they're really hard circumstances. But he doesn't spend time thinking about her. But when you do bring it up and have moments of thinking of her, he's right there. But his reality is this.
Right. He could play ball all day. All day.
Such a surfer dude. Telling you. I just feel like he's kind of a surfer dude. Whereas Abby is she's just on it, literally.
That's cool.
Well, I am so grateful that you and Stuart and Abby took a few moments for us to chat with them, Beth, and I will just thank you from the bottom of my heart, because they're delightful beings with a lot to say and share, and I know everybody will appreciate hearing their voices and getting to know them a little better. So thank you so much, and you have a great day.
Thank you. This was really fun to just hear what they're saying and what they want me to know. So that makes me feel really happy.
Oh, good. And I hope it brings you a little peace of mind knowing, for example, that Stuart doesn't care about having no teeth, or Abby, proclaiming and validating her status in the household as head of household.
Right. That's super cool. Thank you so much, Kat.
Thank you, Beth. You and the dogs have a wonderful evening. Talk soon.